Randy Anthony. This is Fox News. This is Viewpoint, a presentation of the News and Public Affairs Department of AM 1490 WHPV. We welcome your input on the issues of the day. You can contact us on the Viewpoint line by calling 875-1490. The opinions expressed by our callers and guests do not necessarily reflect those of the management and staff of AM 1490 WHPV. And now,
good morning and welcome into the Wednesday morning Viewpoint. For this Wednesday morning, February 18th, 2026, I'm your host, Randy Williams. How do you feel this morning? Certainly hope your morning is getting off to a good start. 334-875-1490 or 1492 are the numbers to call if you have comments or questions. You can also join us live on our YouTube channel as soon as it decides to start. As soon as it starts broadcasting, of course, there you go. We are on. This morning, we have scheduled Attorney Farrose Torre or someone from the Jubilee Committee is scheduled to come in. But, as we say with our high profile guests, anything is possible. Anything could have changed from the time that we last spoke. And if so, then we can always reschedule, or they may come in a little later. We'll see. We'll just take it. We'll just play it by ear. In the meantime, of course, people reacting all over the world, actually, to the death of Reverend Jesse Jackson. And, where do you start with him? He had so many different moments in American history, actually. And so, and I'm tempted. I've got some files on him as well that I will be sharing with you at some point. In fact, I think what comes to mind first, though, is the last time I really, other than Selma, saw him where he was being active was at the was it the 50th anniversary of the assassination of Dr. King in Memphis, and I went to Memphis to cover that. He was there, of course, and they walked us through the crowd through. How they were arranged with the rooms at the Lorraine Motel. And as I remember it, Reverend Jackson was like two doors down. His room was two doors down from Dr. King's room. And there is also, an iconic photograph of Jesse Jackson and a few other lieutenants in the parking lot of the Lorraine Motel. I'm trying to remember how that picture went. I haven't seen that picture in a while. In fact, I got to go and do a little search. I remember they were pointing at where the shots came from. I don't remember if they were in the parking lot or if they were on the balcony. I'm trying to remember which one it was, but it's been a while since I've seen it. But he was known for that, and of course, some controversy around that as well. And then after Dr. King was assassinated, Reverend Jackson went to Chicago, and Chicago opened its arms and welcomed him. He started Operation Push, Breadbasket, as I recall, and then eventually the Rainbow Coalition was started. So, there's a long history again of civil rights activities in Chicago. Chicago is the base for a lot of important organizations, namely Ebony Magazine and Jet, the publishers, of course, were African American, and the wife of Mr. Johnson was from Selma. And Ebony and Jet made an indelible impact on the world with its coverage of events affecting the Black community for decades. And they had a lot of iconic photographs and They did a lot of iconic stories as well. But Chicago, for a long time played a relevant role in the national life of African Americans. And it still does. It's not being covered as much as it was, but I see the outrage, for instance. I did see that being covered by some, but not by all media outlets, but the outrage of the African American community to um, uh, illegal immigration and its status as uh, a city a city that welcomes and protects uh, illegal immigrants at the expense of the African American community, and they let that be known. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens this next election in Chicago. I don't think this current mayor is going to survive. I'd be really surprised, but we'll see. Let's take a break, and I'll be back with more right after this.
Reliable Chevrolet and GMC, where warmer temperatures are happening, and so are some pretty warm deals right now. That's right, George. We invite you to come by and see us for looking for a new Chevrolet or GMC with the warm weather coming. And we got some hot deals. We got specials going on with all the Chevrolet and GMC products. So if you're in the market, come by and see us. One of the hottest automobiles on the market today is that Chevy Trax. That's right, George. If you're worried about it, you can get in a brand new Chevy Trax for less than $25,000. To see your child off to college, or they're turning 16 and they need the first car, and you're looking for something that's quite good in the gas mile and fairly inexpensive, come by and check out the new 2026 Chevrolet Trax. Now, let's get on up to the SUVs. It's got to be that Chevy Tahoe, one of the most popular SUVs on the road. Chevy Tahoe, a GMC Yukon, whichever one you're looking for, we can get you fixed up and get you right today. And I tell you what, if you ain't driven one, you can come take a test drive. Just see how nice the Tahoe and the Yukons are. And if you want the pickup truck, the Silverado or the GMC Sierra, different packages available. You can get the right one here. That's right, two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, small engine, big V8, or even a diesel. We got you covered. Come by and see us. Reliable Chevrolet and GMC, located right here in downtown Selma at 14 Orange Street, right across the street from the post office, 872-2337, or check us out on the website at reliablegmc.com. It's a big world out there, fast-paced and full of challenges. The last thing you need when you have a vehicle accident is more hassle on top of hassle. What do you think waiting to just go sit there and sell some mom and pop waiting for? Mom and pop are alive and well at Auto Beauty Body Shop in Selma. Barry and Sue Grimes have owned and operated Auto Beauty Shop for a good while now. They make seamless, very family approach to their customers. Certainly they have the latest multi-tech equipment and highly trained technicians. And they have an excellent relationship with all the insurance providers. But they have something no other body shop has. They have Aaron and Cindy, the mom and pop of beautiful body repair. A simple approach to discussing the damage, the estimate, and the factory quality repairs. Please drive safe when you have an accident. Ask your good truck driver to take the vehicle to mom and pop. Auto Body Shop, 2014. 334-872-2248. They're clearly making lanes. They can get you in today and start your repairs right away.
Good morning, I'm Jeff Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Wednesday. A toddler is missing in Enterprise, now her mom's in trouble. Police arrested the soon-to-be 3-year-old girl's mother for false reporting. Police say Adrian Reed reported that Genesis missing on Monday, saying she was missing from her bed. Later, police found out she's been missing now for weeks. With the other family members are cooperating with the investigation. We now enter day 18 of the search for Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie. Investigators tested DNA on gloves found near Guthrie's home, hoping for a new lead. Police are also using what's called Bluetooth sniffer technology Try to locate the signal Nancy got from each pacemaker. If you're looking for a job or a career change, get ready for a huge state job fair tomorrow. The Alabama Department of Workforce does the second annual state agency job fair. It's happening at the Principal Multiplex from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Your 1490 WHBB Wednesday weather forecast. Cloudy day today, breezy with a slight chance.
Yep, come on in.
75. That wind out of the southwest with gusts up to 20 miles an hour. The rain chance about 20%.
Good morning. I sent you, no, in here. I sent you a text yesterday. That's all right. I kind of figured, you may or may not be exactly on time. It's okay.
I got the song. You don't know if we can play it.
Yeah, you can, yeah,
Come clear.
it'll come through, or I can put it on you got an earplug? No, okay, we play it on the microphone. That's pretty good.
Well, you can see if it's gonna come out.
Okay. 1490 WHBB, and lo and behold, I've been talking about Attorney Fire Rose Torre, and she's here. Good morning. How are you?
Great morning. I got over the flu, so I don't know what to do.
The flu. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, I tell you. Well, good.
Yeah.
I tell you, there's so much going around.
6 weeks.
What?
And I wouldn't stop working. That's why I couldn't get over it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah.
you don't need to try and push it too hard, do you?
Well, Jubilee is just 3 weeks away. What can I do? What can I say?
Well, Jesse Jackson.
Oh my God.
Isn't that something? Isn't that terrible?
His son just called me last week. His youngest son, took over the organization. And he had planned to bring 200 people here to the Jubilee.
Wow.
And had already scheduled Brown Chapel to have their Saturday morning meeting.
Wow. So is that's gonna change everything?
I'm gonna call him today. I didn't want to call him yesterday because I know so many people called.
Yeah.
But he was so excited about taking over his father's organization.
Yeah.
This is his youngest son.
Not Jesse Jackson Jr.
No.
I don't know the youngest son.
I never met him because the other two sons I've been here often, but this is the youngest son.
Okay.
I think his name is Yusef.
Oh yeah. I did see where he had a son named Yusef. Yeah.
This is Yusef. This is the baby boy.
Yeah. Well, all you can do is hope for the best.
And I just told Yusef, as soon as the Jubilee is over, I'm coming to see your dad. And he said, well, Dad is bedridden and he can barely talk, but he's prepared to stay a long time because he's not going to let you get away.
Yeah. He was, with the exception of John Lewis, Jesse Jackson was the only national leader that I only can remember him missing 1 year. I've forgotten what was going on that year. But he would come to Selma for Bloody Sunday and Jubilee every year.
Wait, he was here 2 years ago.
He was here last year too.
Was he here last
year? In the
year?
wheelchair, yeah, he sure was.
Wheelchair.
Yeah.
And remember, he got up to walk on that bridge and he fell.
I missed that part.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He got up to walk on that bridge and he fell. He was just determined. But Jesse was. I think they call him a civil rights icon. But I think he was an American icon because what he did not just impact civil rights. He dealt with hostages.
He did all kinds of stuff.
He went to Wall Street and Silicon Valley to get more contracts. He made black
for minority business. That's right. I was talking
millionaires.
about that yesterday. Because Jimmy Coleman was with Greg Calhoun.
That's right.
And they, I know they had many airplane flights back and forth from Montgomery to Chicago to New York to get those major corporations to invest in black businesses.
Yes.
So
and we
he
probably have the only museum in the country. We have a Jesse Jackson room at the National Voting Rights Museum. Because when the museum started, we started without any grants, without any money. Jesse raised the first money for us to open.
Well, he was an excellent fundraiser. You couldn't.
It was just 8,000. We didn't have nothing, so that was good money.
Yeah, well, that's hard to do.
He was extraordinary. As a matter of fact, he tried to recruit me in the 70s to join his organization in Chicago. And in retrospect, I think I would have been better off if I had done that.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Yes,
I
yes,
don't know. I
I
don't
think so.
know. Look at Chicago now. That's a whole nother discussion. But and the main reason why you're here today is to talk about this year's Jubilee. Where are you with this year's Jubilee?
Well, we're 3 weeks down, less than 3 weeks down, and Hank said, "Don't repeat this. This was supposed to be last year was supposed to be my last Jubilee, and here I am again." But because we have a team of good volunteers and workers, we're going to manage to pull it off. It's hard, but we have a lot of great things happening. Our theme this year is all boots on the bridge.
All boots on the bridge.
On the bridge because we care. And I wrote this rap about it if I could play it. But what is it we care about? We care about healthcare. We care about immigration. We care about education. We care about human rights, voting rights. We care about gay rights. For those, whether you believe in, we believe that all people should have rights. And so that's what the theme of the Jubilee.
I believe everybody should be treated decently and as human
no matter
human
what their
beings.
religion, no matter what their, yes.
If I practice their lifestyle or not,
Yes,
doesn't have
yes,
anything
yes,
to do with it, you know. Yeah.
So no, that's our thing. But we are really excited because the organizers and founders of Indivisible, they're gonna be here. The head of I'm giving you some of the national leaders that are gonna be here. Jesse Jackson's. If the film is not that weekend, I still think they might come. I don't know. The head of the Urban League, many heads of the Civil Rights Organization. The governor of Illinois is coming.
All I can do is laugh.
Why are you laughing?
Well, because of the controversy surrounding Illinois' governor and immigration, you know.
Yeah, well,
and, you know.
Well, speaking of immigration, the Attorney General of Minnesota is coming.
Keith Ellison,
yes,
right?
Yes.
You know, a lot of people don't know he's Muslim. You know,
he is a Muslim.
Yeah. I remember I met him with Reverend C.T. Vivian.
What?
Yeah, at the Elks. Yep, I still have a picture of them together. Yeah, go ahead. While she's taking that call, let me take this quick break, and we'll be back with more right after this.
No, after the court, 1 o'clock today. Okay, I'll call you as soon as I get off the radio. Okay, I'm on the radio. Okay. Now, of course, today.
Oh, do you? You still doing court?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately.
Golly. I think somebody sent me a text from the jail for you.
No more cases. I'm that pro bono lawyer that everybody wants to call, but when they got that accident case, they go the opposite way. When they want a free lawyer, they come to me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But there's a lot of we have an all-day free music festival Saturday.
Oh, really? No, okay, here we go. 1490 WHBB. Our guest this morning, Attorney Fire Rose Toure, and she's still active, an active attorney. You're still practicing law just in Dallas County or throughout the state?
No, mainly in Dallas.
In Dallas County,
The case I have at 1 o'clock is a really unfortunate case because this woman, less than 100 pounds, Randy. And I'll say this because we're living in a time where we don't have to just worry about what's going on in the White House. We have to worry about what's going on in our local houses, in our local governments. This woman, less than 100 pounds, at 8:30 in the morning, she was served a warrant with all the murders, with all the violence. A misdemeanor warrant was served at her at 8:30 in the morning. 5 cops, 5 black cops come to her home, not the Klan, 5 black cops come to her home. And what she says, and it's caught on tape, if you have a warrant for me, show it. Show it. Instead of showing the warrant, they bust the door down, hit her in the head. She ends up in the hospital. That's the case I have at 1 o'clock. It's very unfortunate. And I've spoke to some of the city officials. We got to do something about our police department. Some of them are good cops, but some of them need some training on community work. You, with all the murders, why would you come to a woman's house at 8:30 in the morning? I've had multiple burglaries, multiple, 3 during the Christmas. They have the address of the people. They won't go to their homes and arrest them. Yet this woman it gets worse than that. Betty Boynton, who was one of the foot soldiers, and
the wife of
yes.
attorney Bruce Wayne.
I know we didn't. This show was not about it, but this to me is a part of why we have to have Jubilee to accentuate the need that we still have to struggle. She calls the police because a relative is in her house doing things he shouldn't do. Her mother is 99 years old. She goes to her mother's house.
Her mother's still alive?
Oh, yes.
I didn't know that.
She goes to her mother's house every morning to give her breakfast. When a relative is in this house, raising hell, she calls the cops. Guess what they do? They come and arrest Betty Boynton. You don't believe that, do you?
I don't mean to laugh, but I mean,
civil rights icons was on that bridge at 15 years old in 1965, and yet she's arrested.
Well, these kind of things continue. It's like an open for lawsuits, and Selma's had a history of having to pay a lot of money out in lawsuits, huh?
Too many. But hopefully with this change in government, let's hope there'll be a change. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm praying for the change. That's what I'm praying for. Because we bought these issues before. So we don't want to keep suing the city. Let's do something about the problem.
Well, we'll see what happens, huh? Now.
But Betty will be one of the people at the bridge.
I'm sure she will be. Yeah. Yes. I don't know whatever happened. I know the last time I gave a real interview with her and her husband, we did an in-depth interview, and they were preparing to publish the book. He was just about to finish the book, but the last time I saw her, I think she said they hadn't published it yet.
No, so they established a monument in the water, Miss Janie Thomas.
I was there. Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
Nice. You and Hank, both of you guys. How is the ex-senator doing?
I can't describe it. The man works 12 hours.
He still works that way, huh?
7 days a week. But he enjoys it.
Yeah, he's been like that a long time, though, huh?
A long time.
Yeah.
He came from a family of workaholics.
Yeah. I seem to remember he had 12 siblings or 13, something like that.
Living in a 3-room, not a 3-bedroom house. But learned a work ethic that
stayed with them all their lives. And I remember his mother, wonderful, beautiful person.
His sister was the superintendent of the school.
I remember her family. So you guys have done a lot in Selma and Dallas County. In fact, I remember the first Martin Luther King program at Brown Chapel.
We saw the first Martin Luther King.
I remember that.
And actually beat that. Petition the city for that street to be named after Dr. King.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I remember it when it was done, but I forgot it was us that initiated it.
People got out and came to council and got that street named after Dr. King.
There was a lot done.
I only regret that we're not doing the youth work that we used to do, because the young people need us now more than ever.
Well, you got more to compete with, in terms of the technology. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Between the games and that cell phone. Yeah. It's really hard.
We managed to have several 21st century leadership camps. We had one last summer, and we had 2 last year, but it's harder because, number one, you can't get funding for it, and you just have to do it with volunteers. But the young people, as a matter of fact, on my way in here, one of them called me. Said, Miss Sanders, I'm supposed to go to a school today. I'm still trying to go to the school, but it's increasingly harder because I'll be 81 in a few months. Right?
Oh yeah. Well, one thing I have to give you credit. You're still the same. You haven't changed much over the years. You're still basically the same. And so is it going to be as many events this year for the Jubilee?
More.
Oh my goodness.
Not by design. More and more people are calling and saying, can we do something? So we're not sponsoring all of them. I'll give you some examples. There's a group out of California that have done this awesome play called Brown versus Board of Education Speaks. And at first we were going to do it at the courthouse, but there will be 2 free performances of that play. That's new. We have Tasha Brown, Latasha,
Yeah.
Black Voters Matters. They're releasing a new documentary. It will be at the theater that Friday night, the 6th, free of charge, right after the public conversation. That's new. Of course, we're going to have our empowerment village where you can have a get your blood pressure checked. The Red Cross is giving out free smoke detectors. That Sunday, this is different. There will be all day gospel. A lot of people come to Selma. They're standing around waiting for the march. The churches are overcrowded. They can't get into all the churches because all of them want to go to the movie.
And they
churches,
have nothing
right?
to do.
So my daughter Malika, she took this on from 11:30 to 3. There will be gospel right there on Water Avenue. And one of the main persons, though she's from Selma, Medina Jones. I think she made a song called "Thank You, Lord," very popular. And then, of course, Asher of The Voice will be
Asher
singing.
Havan, right.
Asher Havan, that Sunday will be singing. The Last Poets. We have a jazz band.
The Last Poets.
The Last Poets will be a Saturday and Sunday. You remember them? You old enough to remember the Last Poets. And then, of course, we have a new group under Godfrey King called Boat. Voices of Triumph Emerging. They're awesome. They will be singing. So people just don't have to sit around. There will be music all day Sunday, okay, and all day Saturday.
What about the schools? Are you doing the?
We have some awesome contests for our children. So on Thursday we have the Black History Contest. Our children from most of the schools, middle school and high schools, that will be competing. We will be giving $1,000 in prizes.
Now, is this for Dallas County or Black Belt wide?
It's for any school, but we didn't have the personnel to get it out over the state. My goal is to have this a national contest every year. So they will compete. Last year, I forgot who won, but we have teachers who have volunteered their services working with Ms. Yomi. So there's going to be a contest for the high school and the middle school. That's not over. Even if you're not in the Black History Bowl contest, you can be in the poster the essay contest. And we have a different philosophy. There's no such thing as one place, first place winner. Every essay that is excellent will get $100. Every essay that is good will get $50. That Friday, we have what we call the Invisible Giants. And for the first time, the National League of Women's Voters have joined us in celebrating the women of the movement. So you identify a woman, she don't have to be famous. It could be your grandmother. She could have been somebody that served the people during the movement. Or she could be somebody now that is serving the children of the community. The children, young people will identify a woman, past or present. They will present that woman through a poster. And they will also, for excellent interest, will get $100. So this is a way to encourage our children to learn the history and to find a way to demonstrate that history. And of course, we have the parade.
Yeah, the parade and the Foot Soldiers Breakfast. So
Foot Soldiers Breakfast this year will go back to Hudson.
Going back to R.P. Hudson.
Yes. And then after the Foot Soldiers Breakfast, of course, we will have the parade.
Going to leave from Selma High School?
No, there's a different place now. They have to go online because I really don't remember where it leaves from. But I just can't remember. But the parade will start, I think, they'll line up at 8:30 and there's not. There's just so many events.
Well, it's always like that.
Workshops all week long.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Friday, I'm very excited about the workshop Friday. We have it every year at the college.
At Wallace, up on education.
Yes.
And you usually have people that come in from other states, from all across the country as panelists.
Yes, and the whole idea is how do you infuse the history into the curriculum while still educating the qualifications of the state.
Right.
He said you don't have to have a Black history course. For example, if you're taking physical education, you should know about Jackie Robinson, right? Okay. If you're taking physical education, you should know about some of the great work the gymnasts and people have done in sports in the Black community, because our kids don't know about them. Some of the greatest gymnasts in the world.
Jesse Owens too.
Jesse Owens.
And he's from Alabama.
Yes.
And really
so
made
it's a matter of
Alabama.
infusing the history into the curriculum.
What was it? Oh, now the unity breakfast on Sunday of Wallace, that's going to be?
No, it's going to be on the base.
It's going to be on the base this year.
Yeah, it was on the base
last year. Sure was.
Yeah.
Now, is that Sunday also?
Sunday morning.
Still Sunday morning.
7 o'clock for the early riser.
Okay. Now, what about on Saturday? Is there still a fee to get in?
No, it's free.
It's free.
I'll be honest, it was hard. We at first wanted to charge, but we had a hard time raising money because we have competing. There are other groups now that are, as a matter of fact, the same night that we're having our award ceremony, the same night now at 7 o'clock. The senator, what's his name? That was our new senator that beat my husband.
You're not talking about Earl Hilliard.
You're going back 30 years. I'm talking about now. Who's the current senator in
United States Senator?
No, the state senator.
Who would that be? For this,
no, we get
not Bobby Singleton.
No, Bobby Singer's not our senator.
Oh, you mean Robert Stewart? Yeah.
Robert Stewart.
If you hadn't asked me.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that they are holding their award ceremony the same time, the same night. I just wish we could be more unified. You know, there's what I call unified resistance against the Jubilee, against the history and what it stands for. Jimmy Lee Jackson Day was Sunday in Marion, and I went, and Joe Reed was the speaker.
I missed it this year.
And he talked about unity. He said, we need unity more now than ever. Divided, we fall. United, we stand. And there's a way that we can all celebrate this history together if we would just work together. You know, there are going to be things that coincide. There's so many events, but some of the major events, it's like Faith in Politics is coming again this year. But they're marching on Saturday.
On Saturday?
Not on Sunday. So we're still so unified. And when you're not unified, it is easy for the enemy to continue to divide.
You know, when you mentioned faith in politics, I don't think we've talked about this since then, but one of the most ironic events I saw happen. How do you get Congressman John Lewis and Dr. Reverend C.T. Vivian to pass on the same day? How does that happen? You do realize that they died hours apart? Yeah, hours apart. You know, and there's something that's amazing.
And you know, and what bothers me is C.T. Vivian is a co-founder of the National Voter Rights Museum. His wife was our first curator. Yet Faith in Politics will come here, cross that bridge, will not come in. They didn't come in last year. They will cross that bridge. So not only do they have a separate march, but you would think to honor C.T. Vivian and Amelia Boynton and Albert Turner, they would at least, I cannot imagine if we had Holocaust Jewish Museum at the foot of that bridge. I know there's no way Jewish people would come here and not go in that museum. But that's the sad state of affairs. That's the Selma we're living in. And I think I'm just hoping that things will not get so bad in this country that they will force us to unite. Well, that's what happened in the 60s. All those groups were not always together. CORE, SNCC, SCLC, they were forced to come together. And if they had not come together, we would not have the right to vote.
So why did you start the Jubilee? Or give us the history on the Jubilee from in your words, you know, because really now, from what I remember, SCLC had started commemorating Bloody Sunday every 5 years.
That's it.
Yeah, 1970, I think.
Right,
was the first.
1970 was the first. Dr. Lowry came here.
Dr. Lowry, right.
Across that bridge with him.
But after that, you know, but then it morphs from every 5 years, and you went into doing the Jubilee every year.
Because that history was too important. You know, I was listening to the news today, and one of the great historians from Vanderbilt was talking. He said what I always say. He said there was no democracy in America before August the 6th,
1965.
And he said, for the first time, we had an inclusive democracy because in spite of the 15th Amendment that gave Black men the right to vote, Black men in the South couldn't vote. In spite of the 19th Amendment that gave all women the right to vote, Black women could not vote. And he said it was through the blood of Bloody Sunday that produced August the 6th that gave America our democracy. And that history is so critical that I said to myself, and hey, this is a history that has to be celebrated every year, not just every 5 years.
Well, it's amazing the number of people that come every year. You know, the thousands of people that come every year to commemorate Bloody Sunday, and I think that that's impressive by itself. And the fact that it's not like you're coming to a gangster rap concert. So people, you know what I mean? People that come to the Jubilee are peace-loving people.
We've never had an incident in 34 years.
And let's pray that continues, you know.
Yes,
and, you know, there are people that embrace the concept of nonviolence, you know, and I think that's one of the reasons why you don't have the same kind of mentality, you know, of people that participate.
But the tragedy is, and that word is too strong, of all the people that come here, and many of them are rich. I remember one year, very rich billionaire came here. I had a private conversation with him. And I didn't ask for nothing for the Jubilee or the museum. I said, do something for Selma. Oprah Winfrey came here. We've had, what, 3 presidents to come here?
At least.
Clinton, Obama's, even Bush. The only president that came here that left anything in Selma was Clinton. Oprah Winfrey came here. I thought she had left something at Selma, but she had not. What is it we're doing wrong? You know, I have to ask, these people give to other causes. They give to
we've got
cities.
A plan for it and be strategic. But like you said, the unity piece, though, that's where
unity piece is what's destroying us, Brandon. That people are not going to give to a disunified city where people are fighting each other. They can blame me all they want. I'm not the cause for the disunity in Selma. But until we come together, and I've had this conversation with the new mayor, and I'm hoping that he'll, and the new city council president, I'm hoping they'll find a way to unite the city. Because with the death of this awesome young man, Mort Miles.
That affected me too. You know,
I think the death of Mort Miles
might bring them together.
I do. Because you know, it was the death of Jimmy Lee Jackson.
That's what created Bloody Sunday. Right. You know, and you know, one thing I don't hear people talk about a lot, but I like to observe is that in 1965, on August 6th, there were no black senators.
None.
And there was one black congressman, but Adam Clayton Powell, I think, was the only black congressman. So that means that black people didn't vote the legislation into law. There was white lawmakers.
That's right. And some Republicans.
And well, mostly Republican. I understand they were the ones that got it over the, you know. But those kind of facts they're not talked about.
And it was Bush that, I forgot what year it was, when he came up for renewal, the Voting Rights Act came up for renewal, it was with Bush's support.
Well, now I seem to remember one year that there was some discussion about not, you know, because there was a couple of movements. There was one movement to say, make the Voting Rights Act permanent and so that it doesn't continue to be renewed. But wasn't there a legal argument that said that was not the way to go? I'm trying to remember what that was.
There was some pros and cons of that.
Yeah.
I think the thing was there was some hope or prayer that the country was so evolved that it would not be necessary.
Not be necessary. That was the whole point.
That was far from the truth, because now the Voting Rights Act is about to be nullified completely. You know, Section 5 was nullified in 2013 with a vote of Clarence Thomas, the only black on the court. Now there's a case before the Supreme Court, a Louisiana case, that could nullify Section 2. And without Section 2 and Section 5, the Voting Rights Act will just.
But I thought the Supreme Court said let's put it back in the lap of Congress, because they said they wanted the formula, the environment had changed. The same circumstances that existed in 65 don't exist in 2026, you know, but Congress has to come up with a new formula. Congress hasn't moved on it.
Well, you know, the John Lewis bill, they wouldn't pass it.
Yeah. You know, well,
they did develop a bill.
Now, how do you feel about the voter ID? What's your take on people having to produce legal photo IDs?
I'm not for it.
No.
But it's worse than that. Trump is saying you need to produce
your birth certificate. But in Alabama, when you register to vote, the voting right, the registrar will order your birth certificate from the health department and not charge you. So they do that anyway to do us, you know.
Yeah, but a lot of people like another problem is most women, their name is not on their married name.
The married name, yeah, I've been hearing about that. You know,
that's just a hindrance to keep people from voting. In some states, some countries, you are required to vote. In some states, you don't even have to register to vote, so that you just show up. All of this is going back to the grandfather clause and the cotton in the jar. All of these are ways to keep people from voting. And what's so sad is, the problem with me is most people that should vote don't vote anyway. To me, that's the problem.
Yeah. Well, and look at how could the country be so divided when just a few years ago we had our first Black president?
Backlash, I think. And what's so interesting is some of the same people who voted for Obama voted for
Trump. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. But you know, President Clinton really, he had the right idea in terms of, I believe, his approach to some of the financial issues that we face. You know, and there's a lot of issues that we still face. And matter of fact, the Center for Nonviolence, I like what they're doing with this new program to get women, Black women, to become entrepreneurs and to learn that process and artificial intelligence and all the other things that need to happen. Now, the theme this year for Jubilee again is
All Boots on the Bridge, and I'm trying to find it so we can play it.
If you don't find it today, I'll play it another because there's another song that's out there too. Have you seen the Just Like Selma?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
We're gonna be playing that at the mass meeting. The Jubilee kicks off with the mass meeting
on that Thursday,
and we have the original Nick Singer's only two are here with us, and we will be playing that
at Tabernacle.
Yes, we wanted to organize a choir to sing it. It just got to be too much. Of course, there's going to be a hip hop political summit, which is also free on that Saturday.
What about the Jubilee pageant? Is it you
the Jubilee pageant?
Is that Thursday or Friday?
I got it.
Oh, go ahead, play it.
I wish I could turn it up.
I got it.
Red ones, black ones, yellow, black, and white ones. Keep on marching till you make things right. Three steps ahead. Wave your hands above your heads and shout. All boots on the bridge. All boots on the bridge. All boots on the bridge. He's saying by all boots on the bridge, what do we care about? Democracy, voting rights, health rights.
Whatever it is, But don't you have a time when you're going to, isn't there a day that you're gonna, people are gonna do that?
Thank you, Saturday at 11 o'clock. After the parade, we're asking you to bring your boots to the bridge. The bridge will be closed just for 30 minutes, so you gotta be on time. So we will, no, I'm sorry. Yeah. Saturday, Saturday is when we'll march across the bridge at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I think when we at the Martin Luther King parade for nonviolence, you mentioned that you were gonna, because you premiered it, in fact, the Boots on the Bridge, I think that morning or that afternoon, and so So that sounds like, what time is that going to be? You're going to do that again?
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
As soon as the parade is over, we will gather at the bridge, and everybody's welcome because, as the song says, the red ones, the black ones, the yellow, brown, and white ones, the old and the new ones, the straight and the gay ones, the DEI ones. Bring your boots. Even Hank got some boots, and he's going to be on the bridge. And it's a line dance that we'll do across the bridge, but you don't have to do the line dance. You could just, the reason why we did this, Randy, to many of our children, that's old stuff. Y'all talk about what happened in 65. We're tired of hearing that. So we wanted to bring it up to date so they could feel the spirit of the march. That's why we kind of.
Well, I see you're still writing poetry, and you're still doing songs, and I guess that keep you young, huh?
Yeah, plus I've written a new play called About Amelia Viewpoint. So it's a musical, a one-woman show musical. Yomi will be doing that for the young people on Friday at Selma High School as a part of the Invisible Giants Conference.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that sounds interesting. I noticed the posters, excuse me, that were used for the unveiling in Ward 7. You've got them at the museum now? Are those the poster of Mrs. Boynton and her husband? Don't I see some like mannequins in front of the?
Oh, the mannequins. We had them last year.
Oh, okay.
We have John Lewis, Jose Williams, and Marie Foster, Miss Boynton.
Miss Foster.
We had them last year.
Well, I haven't been in a while. I'm overdue. I'm overdue a trip. So
and we have something special. There's a young artist in Selma. She does amazing work. We are going to at the Ancient Africa Museum. People don't know it, but we last year opened a gallery called the Hall of Beauty. Beautiful pictures of Black women and some Indian and Native American women. Well, there's a local artist, a young woman. We will be featuring her artwork during the Jubilee that all day that Saturday and Sunday.
I need to make sure I have a full schedule that can be posted on the selmapostherald.com website.
If you go to selmajubilee.com,
everything is there.
There.
Okay, all right.
Please put that on y'all's
website. Yeah, well, certainly, yeah, And at the end of the day, we're talking about Selma needing to have really financial investments to bring us to where we need to be. But we, like you said, we have to plan for that. But let me see, what are your thoughts on, because I can remember some of the debates on, the difference, for instance, between the national, the national, the museum, the museum, the difference between the museum and then the National Park Service, and whether or not Bloody Sunday and the Jubilee should be controlled from a grassroots standpoint or from a government standpoint. What the future, 100 years from now? What are we going to do?
You know the danger in that. If it was controlled by the government, look what this government has done. Even said you couldn't put Jackie Robinson's name on their website, that you couldn't have free entry to the park on Dr. King's birthday. Took in Philadelphia, George Washington did some great things, but he owned Black people, he owned slaves, and there was an exhibit that showed that he owned.
But the first 5 presidents had slaves.
And he removed it, but the federal court, the judge appointed by him, said, no, that's a part of the history. He did some good, but put the bad in there too. So the danger is letting the government take over the Jubilee. He said they can completely do away with it.
So now, from a planning standpoint, as you prepare to step back, and I'm assuming groom someone or somebody comes in to take the reins, has there been any thought, or has there a planning process about its future?
Yes. I'm really concerned that at the death of man, because we mainly have operated the Jubilee with volunteers, not just me. Just about everybody that works at the Jubilee is a volunteer, including people like Judge Petway, who's been over the parade for years, and we're praying for him because he's been
sick.
Yes,
I didn't know that. I keep hearing different rumors about. I didn't know he was sick.
I'll tell you off there.
Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Dia over the Hip Hop Summit, the young woman from SCLC that does the pageant.
Is it still Brenda Davenport? Is she still?
No.
No,
But
okay.
SCLC is still involved.
Right.
Okay. My point is, we have all these volunteers that do this amazing work.
Right.
And for example, the Invisible Giants Conference, the essay contest, we have teachers that come forward and do that.
But you got a lot of good stuff, you
So
know.
how do you sustain this?
How do you institutionalize it?
How do you institutionalize? So there's several options. One, the city could take it over. But even, I'll talk briefly with the mayor, but even with that, as mayors change,
that could change too.
There are other organizations like, to me, Black Voters Matters. They're from Selma. They're grounded here. They share the philosophy and the vision. Then you have groups like EJI, who's done amazing things.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we're going to have to
kind of collaborate.
You got it.
And SCLC, you know, because really they were the original sponsors of the march, huh? You know, a co-sponsor with SNCC, but mainly SCLC.
So I think if these groups would come together in unity, I think and institutionalize the Jubilee, because they have resources. Every year we have to beg for resources.
You seem to get pretty good corporate support though from a lot of major.
Not as much as we used to. No, because you have these competing. You have a group there called Salute Selma. Have nothing to do with us. A lot of funders get, like Regions Bank used to support us. Now they support them. So now the resources are divided. So I think the only way to preserve the Jubilee is a coalition of people who accept the vision, which should include the city, I think, but also a civil rights organization like EJI or Black Voters Matter.
Well, hopefully that conversation will continue.
Yes.
You know,
because we've started those conversations.
You know, it's really, you know, it would be unfortunate to have this kind of a major attraction. This is a tourist destination and a tourist attraction.
You didn't have all these people coming.
Not like this. No,
you didn't have them coming at all.
No. Well, it kind of spurred a lot of other things, and you know, and every year, and then, well, I guess 2015, boy, 200,000 people.
And Kim Ballard said when he was a probate judge that we brought more money into this city than any other event, including Christmas. Yet we cannot get. I wrote a letter to all the hotels. These hotels, some of them are charging $400 a night. I couldn't even get them to give us a discount or ad. So everybody's benefiting from the Jubilee, but they don't realize they could even get more if we work together. Well,
that's the thing. You know, without vision, the people perish. You know, and being able to come up with a common vision, you know, that would be good. So, well, I really appreciate you coming. And you know, we want to make sure whatever I can do to help support promoting this year's.
Well, I wish you would play this song.
Well, all I need is a copy of it.
How do I get you? Can I send it to you now?
You could probably text it to me, or
how do I text it to you?
Well, you've got my.
I don't have your number.
You called the other. My number is your old number.
I don't know.
You should. I don't remember. Somehow, the people don't know, but they may not know. But somehow, the company that I ended up with my phone ended up giving me your last cell phone number.
But I don't know it though. I don't
know. Well, when we get off, I'll do that, and then I don't need to give it out on the radio. I can tell you that. You know, that's like if you gave out yours on the radio, huh? But no, but so
I need to know my own number.
Yeah, you sure do. I get a lot of you. You'd be surprised at what I get. They don't realize that you are.
They call and tell me I win the lottery. Please let me know. This number. Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you, Rose. Appreciate it. Now, be careful. You got your keys? Okay. And I'll. What's the best way to get in touch? Well, I don't want to call you, but I mean, you know, you're at the law office.
I can give you the number. I'll give it to you right there.
Yeah, I think I've got your number.
You don't have my new number, do you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Let me take this break while you're doing that, and we'll be right back right after this. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. $14.90 WHBB. We appreciate Attorney Fire Rose Torre for coming in, and we will. I'll do my best to keep us up to date on any changes or whatever the full schedule is for the Jubilee this year. And we've got some other events that are coming up as well that I'll be letting you know about. Let's join Fox News already in progress on WHBB Selma. It's 9 o'clock.